Well, this is actually, this UN mark here is much easier to read than the other one, isn't it?
Yes. And as you see, this is a Y, so that means it meets the Packing Group 2 standards, which is more stringent, so this would comply with our regulations as well.
Oh, great. So this is actually better than a Packing Group 3 because this is a Packing Group 2.
Yeah.
And that's what the Y tells us there. All right. And of course, that's the UN mark that we're looking for here. And there's a lot of other information that's on here. Do you want to talk about some of the other information on here, as long as we've got a shot of it?
Absolutely. So what we have here, it says the date of the last inspection was January 07. The DOT regulations require that they're inspected according to the regs, their regs, every 2.5 years. So that's different than our quick visual inspection, our thorough visual inspection.
Right.
Each time before a container is refilled. This is more stringent and involves pressure testing.
So really, we're going to do the visual inspections that we talked about every time we refill the container, and it's going to be a thorough visual inspection to make sure the container is sturdy and useful and doesn't have any problems with it. But every 2.5 years, and we're going to look at the date that's on here, every 2.5 years we're actually going to put a head pressure on here, 3 pounds or so, and see if the container leaks. Okay, good. All right, we also have a second part of this question that says, if not marked, the manufacturer has verified it meets at least US DOT Packing Group 3. So we could have some containers that meet the specifications but don't have the markings on them. Is that right?
That's right. When we referred to and adopted the DOT regulations, they do allow certain containers, portable containers, that don't need this marking on it.
Okay. And I know I've talked with some of the other registrants. The idea is that they're going to go ahead, since we talked earlier where the registrant has to provide you a list of approved containers, if they did provide containers that did not have the marking on that, they were going to provide that information to the dealer when they got their bulk program from them. And that would be okay with the inspector, right?
That would be okay because the inspector would have a way to go back. And again, the registrant is the one responsible for ensuring compliance.
Right.
So if there was any question about whether a certain tank complied, we could go back to the registrant and ask for the records showing that they complied.